Good morning. Welcome to morning practice. I'm Olivia. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Monday morning. I offer a morning practice from Monday to Thursday from 7 to 8 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll be offering it for the next 2 weeks. I believe the volume is correct. I'm getting a little message. Just checking. Anyway, it seems to be right. Any feedback about volume or sound is always welcome. So yes, so I will be traveling later this month, and after some reflection, I think it's going to be difficult to offer this while I'm traveling, just because I'm actually going to be on retreat where I'll be on a schedule that is not of my own choosing. And so I don't think that I will be able to offer morning practice. If that changes, I'll put it on the website. But I anticipate we'll restart sometime in March, depending on the dates. Please check the website for the restart date, which is OMB Yoga Practice. And so over the next 2 weeks, as we close out this sort of period from when we began morning practice until now, there's been sort of a trajectory in, if you've been following, where we've gone in terms of just learning about the 8 limbs of yoga, learning what practices, trying to have a relationship with our authentic selves, and then also how having a relationship with yoga is about cultivating a relationship of authenticity with yourself, but also like how that relationship of authenticity becomes illuminated or grows when we confront and face inevitably challenging situations. Um, so I just really want to honor that what we're really doing here, because I know when you say to somebody yoga, it can be such an off-putting thing. And really, what morning practice is a vehicle for you to have a relationship with yourself through your breath, through awareness of your heart, through awareness of your body. These are simple yoga movements that we do here, really, that allow you, whether we're moving more slowly, to really check in and see where you're holding on and gripping, or if we're moving more quickly, like what are our movement patterns, what are our mind patterns when we move. And it's all useful information because we're constantly growing. And as we look forward to the rest of the next 2 weeks, I'd really like us to think about and focus on celebrating what we are and celebrating how we have taken the time to educate ourselves about ourselves through a process of self-compassion, through a process of listening, through a process of having a genuine relationship to what the body does and doesn't want to do, which is not about ability or measurability or advanced or less advanced. I think we need to take that language out of yoga. And maybe instead of saying the more advanced pose, let's say the more honest pose. You know, advancement always implies some kind of measurement. And really, what I'm here to do and what I'm offering to you is not to measure yourself against external factors, but to feel the joy of what you are now in this moment, not measurable against something external to you, but how you can find pleasure within what you already are, which is an extraordinary human being, by the way. You are all extraordinary human beings with extraordinary and unique gifts that you get to witness and cultivate here as we come into stillness, here as we create a meeting ground in our internal selves to listen deeply to ourselves, maybe to listen to the voice that we use to talk to ourselves with, and how we do have a relationship to how we see ourselves in the world. Because ultimately, that's what we're trying to heal. You are perfect just as you are in this moment. And there's a million voices in our head that will jump up and tell you why that isn't true. But the practice, coming into relationship with the breath, coming into stillness through meditation, coming into movement, is a vehicle to help you feel empowered in who you are now, which is perfect. You are perfect. And I think when we embody a practice, we really get to experience the serenity of being embodied in the moment without making demands on ourselves that we then judge ourselves by. Whether we're judging ourselves for thinking thoughts, judging for self-judging, or judging for whatever factor we're measuring our practice by, I invite you to release the measurement. I invite you to release the attainment. And instead, I invite you to listen closely to where you experience pleasure, where you experience expansion, and where you experience truth in your body. So, with that in mind, we will get into today's practice. We'll come into a meditation for a few minutes, and then we will go into some pranayama, breath work, and then to a movement practice. And we'll probably do some gratitude work in there as well. And I say work because really what we're doing is just offering gratitude for kind of the miraculous experience that life is. And it's just part of what I'd like to offer in our hour together. Thinking maybe of doing longer than an hour when we get started again in the spring. Any feedback on that is welcome. It's just I find often when I don't have enough time with our current hour slot to really fill it with what I would consider a full practice. The hour feels just a little short. So feedback always welcome. Thank you so much. So let's find a comfortable seat. You can sit up on some blocks, blankets. Those are, I think the finger pointing is fun. Or some strong support under your hips that allows your hips to be above your knees. And then you can, I'm sitting on a block, for instance, right now. I'm going to just readjust here. And just allow the spine to be straight. If you don't have blocks or blankets or a sturdy bolster that you can sit on, I suggest sitting in a chair, something that you can feel your spine to be straight, and just allow the shoulders to drop, allow the chin to just drop a little bit towards the sternum, not fully down, but just sort of point in that direction, and allow the eyes to come to close. And just when we first drop in, we're just noticing, noticing the mind might be rather busy, the thoughts may be jumbling. So just take your attention, take your awareness and your focus, and just let it permeate from the crown of the head to wherever you're in contact with your seat, with the floor. How does the body feel at this moment that you're checking in, wherever you are, whatever time it is? Do you feel the aliveness of energy in your palms? Do you feel any constriction? Do you feel rather relaxed and well rested, or do you feel a little less relaxed and less well rested? Really allowing the shoulders to drop and maybe just bringing the focus to the sit bones wherever you're sitting and just feeling their relationship to gravity as if your hip bones, sit bones could just sink further into the seat. And as you sink further into the seat, breathing in and sighing it out. Ah, we'll do that again. Breathe it in and sigh it out. Ah. And as we sigh it out, you may feel your shoulders drop. And if the noise of the mind or any external noise is trying to hook onto your attention, just observe and step away. You are under no obligation to engage with the distractions and fluctuations of the mind. You can focus your attention and energy towards your internal self. And this is your time to do that. So step away, turn the volume down, whatever you need to do to just recede from the noise of the mind. It will be there later. And just feel the quiet of your stillness. You may feel the pulsing of the blood, the energy vibration in the palms of the hands. Breathing in and breathing out. You can either leave your hands resting where they are comfortably now, or if you would like to, you can bring one hand to the heart center, other hand over top, hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer position, whatever feels most authentic for you as you begin to bring awareness to the heart center. And as we continue to inhale and exhale, imagine that you are breathing actually through the heart. So as you inhale, your heart expands into your hands, holding your hands. And as you exhale, your hands hold your heart. As the chest area recedes, just feeling the inhale and the exhale. The totality of you breathing with your attunement, your attention to your heart center, as if the breath were breathing the heart. You may feel the energy of the hands and the energy of the heart in a magnetic resonance together. Power of your heart is the heart of your power. So beautifully said. And if you can imagine, you can just feel the light that is inside your heart illuminating you from within. And that luminosity, that bright Jyoti, your heart light, growing beyond you, beyond the space that you're in. Your heart light, bright, reaching beyond the limits of your physical being, reaching beyond the extent of your auric being. Your heart light sending out into the world. And if there is an offering or dedication that you would like to make to deliver your heart light to, and call that to mind. Mukha samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. So we'll take another minute or so here in silence, breathing in and out through the heart, connecting to your heart, feeling the light emanate from the center of your being. Allow yourself to feel the joy and generosity of sharing your heart light with all others. Prabhu Ap Jago, Paramatma Jago, Nirsarve Jago, Sarvatra Jago. May the most illuminated, highest divine consciousness wake up in my heart, in your heart, and in the hearts of all beings. Breathing deeply, exhaling, and we'll inhale to take an Om together, inhaling. Om. You can allow the hands to drop to the left if they're not already there. Maybe bow the head forward just a little bit more as you blink open the eyes. Taking a breath in, taking a breath out. How does the heart feel? How does the body feel? Noticing your surroundings. Meditation is such a way we become quiet with ourselves, and when we return from the meditative state, there may be insights, there may be just a general sense of calming, and that's always available to you throughout your day. Even dropping into silence and quiet for a moment can really make a huge difference. So for our breath work this morning, I would like us to do, I think it's just a round of Kapalabhati breathing, Kapalabhati breathing, which is a short, sharp exhale that is propelled by the contraction of the belly, abdomen pulling in as you exhale. And then the inhale happens naturally. We'll do this over a period of time, about a minute or so. What I would say is if you're pregnant, you don't want to do this, or if you have any blood pressure issues, or if you simply don't enjoy the practice, I would say take a nice count, 4-count breath, hold for 2, exhale for 4, hold for 2. Something calming to the nervous system that you can count. If you want to take Kapalabhati breathing, let's inhale and exhale, and then we'll inhale to begin. So inhaling, exhaling all the way, inhaling to begin your Kapalabhati. Slowing it down. Kapalabhati breathing is a great way of clearing the brain fog. Probably do another round when we get moving on the mat as well. I'm going to have us move over there to begin our gratitude work. Gratitude practice. Work implies something else. If you have blocks, you might want to bring them. Blankets can be useful to support the knees, and we'll meet on the mat in a cross-legged position. If cross-legged is uncomfortable, find a seated position that works for your body. Just that. I'll just take a moment here, and I would like to offer personal gratitude. We began morning practice with Olivia on November 13th in the end of last year, 2023. And I was in need of a space to do this, and someone I know and love well, who runs this business, offered to let me do it here. And I actually thought we would find a new space much sooner than we have. And but I am so grateful for this donated space that has allowed me to offer this practice to you. So I invite you to just call to mind something about the space that you're in currently, that you're grateful for, some part of why you have been gifted the space that you're in to practice today. Thank you for this space. Thank you for allowing me to offer this practice because of this space being available. And then we'll inhale our arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, just offering much love and gratitude for the body, this incredible instrument of consciousness that we get to experience the world in, its miraculous mechanisms and incredible energetic powers and magic that we don't even fully understand. And we awaken across the world all of these incredible skills and consciousnesses coming online through this vehicle, through the body. And it's just a divine gift to be embodied in this lifetime. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then we'll inhale, our arms come overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart. And again, just offering love and gratitude for all the people in the world. I'm hoping we might not get interrupted, but we might. So who knows? But if we do, grateful for it. Just really everybody on this planet that contributes just by being themselves, just by their consciousness alone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we'll inhale, arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and just so much love and gratitude for this incredible planet, the consciousness that lives through all sentient nature, every blade of grass, every tree, every leaf, every petal of every flower, the most minute, the most infinitesimal to the greatest mountains, the greatest oceans, these wild depths of consciousness that we barely understand. It's an extraordinary place, and it is a gift and honor to be here and to experience it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this earth, this special, special earth. Breathing into the heart, breathing out through the heart. We're going to inhale, our hands come overhead. We're going to make fists and keep our hands here, and we'll do a second round of Kapalabhati breathing. If this is uncomfortable and you don't want to do the Kapalabhati breathing, let's just keep your 4-count breath with a 2-count hold. All right, and if you're with me here, Kapil, really energize those arms, extend them, keeping the fist clenched, and then feeling the length of the spine, letting the shoulders drop, inhaling to begin. Really feeling the contraction of the belly as you exhale. Slowly letting it go, letting the hands come down to the side. Pressing the finger pads into the mat on either side of the hip. Just take the left ear to the left shoulder, and then let the chin roll to the center. Take the right ear to the right shoulder, and then let the chin roll to the center. Back, left ear to left shoulder, and to the center. Right ear to right shoulder, and back to center. Inhaling, our arms come overhead. We'll twist to the left, right hand or left hand at the base of the spine, pressing into the earth, pressing into the ground, giving extra length to the spine. Your right hand will be on your left knee. Just allowing yourself to feel the twist without cranking the spine or cranking the neck. But really focusing instead on feeling the length. Maybe allowing the chin to drop slightly so you can feel extra length along the cervical spine. That feels good. If there's anything here that feels particularly good, lean into that. I can't emphasize enough that this really is a practice of finding awareness in the body. But yes, let's inhale our arms overhead and we'll twist to the right. Right hand at the base of the spine, left hand to the right knee, pressing in to find the length, letting the chin drop to feel length in the back of the neck. And just allowing yourself to experience pleasure in the pose. Because as we cultivate awareness through movement, through breath, with what our body is doing, with what we truly are authentically feeling in the moment, not measured by an external image, but by what our body is telling us, we can have a better relationship with pleasure in the body. This is really an invitation to discover what feels good, what feels beautiful, and to lean into that and develop that. Inhaling, our arms come overhead, right hand comes to the right side. Sorry, left hand to the left side. And just press that right hip into the ground as you reach the right fingers up. And then we'll come back to the other side, letting the right hand fall to the ground. Left hip presses in as the left fingertips reach, really feeling the expanse along the left side body, the ribs. And coming back to center. And again, let's just take that head to the left, dropping the chin to the center, head to the right. And yeah, just explore that for a moment, dropping the chin to the center. Allow yourself to find some pleasure. Allow yourself to just explore this very simple movement. But how do you find a place of expansion, a place of pleasure as you explore yourself? Maybe let's just rest with the head to the center and even emphasize, begin to curl into the back as if you were doing cat position with the back. So you're puffing up the area or puffing out the area between your shoulder blades as you curl in, slightly tilting the pelvis forward. And then we'll push and go in the other direction, reaching the heart center up, tilting the hips back. And then we'll do another seated curling in and another seated extension of the spine. And then letting the head come back to neutral. Scratching the head if you have a scratchy, itchy head like I do. We'll get rid of that block. You can have them at the top of your mat. I'll do a little bit of cat-cow, just lifting the tail, lifting the heart center, breathing in, tucking the tail, dropping the head, lifting the belly, pushing up between the shoulder blades as you exhale. And just I invite you to keep an awareness of your breath. If you have an Ujjayi practice here, you can really bring it online now. The ha, fogging a window with your breath, except with your mouth closed. Ujjayi breath means victorious breath. And then we're just going to widen the knees, tuck the toes, and just let the hips come back into a very brief pose, letting the forehead drop. This is a great resting position to take
anytime during this practice or any time at all. As my esteemed teacher, Jeremy Folk, said earlier this week, this really should be called Adults Pose. Times when we need to take 5 and just relax. And you can bring yourself back up again, tucking the toes. We'll come back to a very gentle downward facing dog. Oh, paddling in and out. Oh. Again, allowing yourself as you pedal out your downward dog to explore what feels good, what feels pleasurable. Those morning stretches, you see your dogs and cats doing them, and they obviously just intuitively know we as humans can let our mind get in the way. So allow your body to guide what intuitively feels right for you in this pose. Pressing your feet in, pressing your hands in, lifting the tailbone up. And I really encourage to bend the knees to lift that tailbone up, because it's really going to allow you to experience more extension in the spine, and that can feel quite good. And then you're going to bend your knees and just walk yourself to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Just allowing the body, the torso, to rest on the legs, letting the head drop, maybe swaying the hips side to side. Just really feeling the weight of yourself release over your front legs. Nodding the head, shaking the head, and then curling up the spine. We'll inhale, reaching our arms overhead. Bring your hands to prayer into a forward fold. Inhale, extend the spine with the crown of the head forward. Exhale, step the right foot back, bring the right knee down. We'll just come into a low lunge here. You can bring that down. Step back into your plank. Come to the ground. Do this very baby cobra. And release back to downward dog. Reaching the right leg up. Bringing the right foot forward. Dropping the left knee. And coming into your low lunge. And bringing your hands down to frame your front foot. We'll bring the back foot in to meet the front. Bending forward. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rooting our feet to rise into our standing position. Hands come to heart. Hands come to the side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll bring the left leg back this time. Left foot comes to the left knee to the ground. Inhaling to your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Feet, hands frame the front foot, and you'll step back to a plank. From your plank, you're going to come down to the ground, lifting the chest, looking forward, and then stepping back to your downward dog, lifting the left foot, bringing the left foot forward, dropping the right knee, and coming up into your low lunge. Reaching as you press into the ground, and then framing the front foot, stepping the front foot forward into your forward fold, extending the spine on the inhale, exhale, forward fold, inhale, root to rise, and then bringing the arms, hands in prayer to the center, reconnecting briefly with that
heart offering, that heart dedication, that heart intention. And we will bring our arms up overhead, and we're going to turn and face the long side of the mat in a 5-pointed star. Feet will turn out, we'll come into a goddess position, and just feeling the chest lift, trying to avoid the torso bending forward, but really trying to keep the torso over the hips. Arms receive. Feeling our strength here. We can bring our hands to our inner thighs, just by the knees, and allow one shoulder to dip, feeling the twist. And find the other shoulder dipping, feeling the twist. And again, dip and twist, and dip and twist. Extending the arms, straightening the legs. We're going to come into triangle on the left side. So we'll perpendicular the left foot to the left side of the mat, parallel the right foot to the right side of the mat, reaching forward, 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 and come into your support. Your hand can be on your shin, your hand can be on a block, whatever allows the spine to have most extension. But moreover, where are you feeling pleasure? Allow yourself to, as we make these adjustments which create length, it does create a sort of sense of pleasure in the body. And I invite you to investigate where for you is your growing edge of pleasure. And then we're going to come up straight. We'll do a reverse triangle, just keeping the front leg straight. And then we'll come into a goddess pose again, turning out both feet. We may be interrupted. Lifting the chest, dropping the hips. Feeling the strength in the abdomen support this position, this posture. And then reaching into all limbs. We will perpendicular the right foot to the right edge of the mat, parallel the left foot to the left edge, and then just folding at that left hip, just as if you could reach as far as you possibly can, just from that fold, and then allowing the hand to come to the support, whether it's a block, your shin, and letting the heart lift. Again, really investigating those adjustments that you can make to find more length and expansion and pleasure in the pose, really bringing those two inner thighs towards each other as if they could just kiss. And really noticing how that movement, that internal turning of the inner thighs towards each other allows the spine to find more length, to find more extension. Allowing yourself to experience the pose. And then coming up to standing, we will turn the feet out, goddess pose, and leaning into one leg, we'll bring our feet together at the top of the mat, and we'll come down to a seat. You're going to lie on your back with your feet on the floor. So, as I'm demonstrating, your feet will be pressing in, they'll be about hip width, knees pointing up. And you can either just have your hands by your sides, or just curl up the hips as we come into a bridge pose here, curling up the hips. And you may want to bring your arms underneath, interlace them, and then bring the shoulders further underneath you, pressing the hips up more. Or you can just hold the sides of your mat and also have robot arms here, which looks like that. Whatever feels comfortable and pleasurable to you. And then we'll bring that down. we'll put the right ankle on top of the left knee and draw that towards you, allowing the right elbow to press into that right thigh. So it's almost pushing the leg away while you're drawing the ankle and knee in. It's a really great alternative to pigeon if doing pigeon is normally uncomfortable. The reclined pigeon on the back can feel really good. And then allowing that to drop and let the whole thing just fall to the left. And then you'll take your left hand and just press it against the inner right thigh very gently. Find a little bit of a twist and a stretch here. You may really experience this around the sacroiliac joint. It can feel really good there. And then rolling back, allowing your knees to come up, and then shifting the left ankle to the right knee, bringing that knee and ankle towards you while your left elbow presses into your left thigh, pushing it away. There's almost two directions. You're pulling in and pushing away at the same time. Letting the tailbone extend along the ground as you feel the twist. Not twist, the counter stretch. It's not a twist. We've had a lot of rain over the weekend, incredible stormy weather for San Francisco, and it's predicted to start again soon, and I'm just looking at the sky to see if there's any indication of that coming. A little distracted from my practice. Letting your feet drop, letting everything just fall to the right, just exactly where it is. Again, your right hand is going to press on the inside of your left leg, allowing yourself to really feel that twist and stretch, especially across the lower back. And letting yourself come back up to a neutral spine. We will just move the hips to the right, come onto the right side and just push yourself up for a moment. We'll do a forward fold in a straddle position. It's getting chilly in here again, sorry. So we'll bring our legs wide. And just allow yourself just for a moment to find your seat here. Remove the flesh from underneath your sit bones. You can sit up on the corner of a blanket. Just whatever feels good and comfortable. Maybe let's just energize those feet for a moment so that you're really pointing your toes back towards you and feeling the back of the legs a little bit more awake along the floor. And you might just do a little shimmy here, a little Monday morning shimmy. Just allowing yourself to feel awake and alive in this very basic straddle posture, and really letting the bowl of the pelvis tip forward as you find your way into your forward fold. This can be a really great place to have a block so that you can rest your head when you get to whatever degree of fold that you would like to achieve. Oh my God, yeah. Whatever degree of fold that you would like to be in this morning, that your body wants to be in, that you find pleasure in, please support underneath your head, allowing the spine to straighten, to lengthen, to really feel it as a line of energy coming out of your pelvis from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head. As you come forward and down, letting the forehead rest on your support. Whatever that can be, it can also feel really good to just have a bolster right in front of you, perpendicular to your pelvis, and just laying on the bolster.
allowing the body to sink, allowing the body to relax. And as if there was a vortex of beautiful clear water coming through the third eye from the mind deep into the earth, carrying any unwanted, distracting thoughts, fluctuations, ideas, energies, any patterns that no longer serve you. Just let them go deep into the earth and thank them. Thank them for the awareness that they brought, and let them go. And then we'll press up into our hands, taking a moment to almost push the heart center through the window of the arms. And maybe curling again, pushing into your hands, feeling yourself curl into the back, the upper back, pushing through the area between the shoulder blades. And then we'll just walk back, bringing our legs in to a simple cross-legged fold. Please take support if you would like it here. And again, we're just going to let our left ear fold to the left shoulder, really noticing if there's been some movement there. And then rolling, letting the chin drop. And then rolling to the side, right ear to right shoulder. And then rolling forward, letting the chin drop again. Maybe curling in a little bit more. I feel this stretch along the thoracic spine. Bringing yourself to a straight seat. And I think we will come to our backs again. And just lying down in preparation for Shavasana. If there's any pose that you feel called to do in this moment, a happy baby, maybe another bridge. I'm just stretching my body, allowing everything to be in contact with the ground, but my arms spread wide, and then just really activating and energizing the limbs while simultaneously just letting them be taken by the weight and gravity, and then relax that. And then just bring the arms to the side, allowing the gaze to close, allowing the focus to be quiet now. Feeling the heart, and feeling everything just soften into the earth. And release any gripping of the jaw, any gripping between the shoulder blades, at the back. Let your awareness, let your attention travel through the body and just notice where you're holding on. Hips, pelvic bowl, shoulders. Letting go, relaxing, releasing.
Begin to deepen the breath. Feeling the inhale moving through your heart, through the body, expanding. And the exhale releasing through the heart, through the body, letting it go. As you continue to breathe through your heart, you may bring very small awareness of movement back, as if a whisper of energy engages with your tips of your fingers. And tips of the toes slightly bend. And allow yourself to feel that delicious half waking, half quiet place of rest in the body. The anticipation of movement, sort of in between space before. And slowly, as movement awakens across you, inside you, you're going to bring yourself to a fetal position on one side, resting there, taking a moment. As you are resting in fetal position on one side, you can bring to your mind the dedication and offering you made at the beginning of practice to a beloved, to a situation. And just feel again that beautiful power of your heart's luminosity extending from you right now, here curled up in a fetal position and arriving at its destination with compassion and with sacred offering. And you may allow yourself to just push up to a seat. If you'll call, you can bring your hands to the heart center, feeling again the magnetic field of resonance between the energy of the hands and the energy of the heart center. Allowing yourself to find some length in the spine, keeping the eyes soft or closed. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you move through the rest of your day, noticing what feels good, what feels pleasurable in the body as you make your way throughout the rest of this day. And we will take a Om to close together, so inhaling. Thank you so much for joining me today. The sunshine has come out. I hope that you have a beautiful day wherever you are. And thank you for joining me. I look forward to practicing with you again. everybody take such good care of yourselves.